So the Pittsburgh Steelers have one particular player as these OTAs get underway that's really impressing coaches. And also I have a question. Did the Pittsburgh Steelers just troll George Pickens? Number 14 was spotted on the field. No, it was not George Pickens. Did the Pittsburgh Steelers just troll him? Or maybe it's just an outward sign that things are going to be just fine, that the page has been turned. But at any rate, it's out with the old, in with the new, and it didn't take the Steelers long to move on from George Pickens. And this is where it actually gets really funny. It was reported that Arizona wide receiver Montana Lemonious Craig, who was signed with the Steelers on day one of OTAs, he was spotted wearing George Pickens' old number on Tuesday. And the funniest thing about this whole thing, it's almost like a double troll. I wonder if Craig's parents watched Key and Peele, because Arizona wide receiver, formerly from Arizona, Montana Lemonious Craig, he signed with the Steelers, and he has the exact same name as the Key and Peele icon from way back. I don't know if I'm aging myself with this, but that is just absolutely too funny here. And Craig, he attended the Steelers rookie minicamp just a few weeks ago, clearly made a big impression, and Pittsburgh wasted zero time to bring him onto the 90-man summer roster. And we're looking at Pickens, his time in number 14 didn't just end with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Word is that he was spotted during the Cowboys OTAs wearing the number 13. So he has abandoned number 14 as well. We're looking at Lemonious Craig signing with the Steelers as a UDFA after trying out during rookie minicamp. And he brings, I guess, as much excitement as any player would, but just like everyone else, he's going to have to fight to earn a roster spot. So a little more about Montana Lemonious Craig. What a name. Key and Peele would be so proud. The team's rookie camp was just a couple weeks ago, and we're looking at a player that played his first 4 seasons at Colorado. He actually had his best season in 22 with the Buffaloes. That year, he posted 23 catches for 359 yards. Nothing crazy impressive. And then his last year in Arizona, he had only 17 receptions for 172 yards and a touchdown. So 5-year career total, 79 receptions, 995 yards, 9 touchdowns, played a ton of special teams. He was a really good gunner. That's kind of his claim to fame, and maybe that's going to give him a leg up as far as making this team. The Steelers coaching staff must have definitely saw something that they liked, and they signed the 6'1", 191-pound receiver. He's going to wear number 14. So at Arizona's Pro Day, his measurables, he ran a 4.54 40, 35-inch vert, that's nice, and a 9.9 broad jump. He also put up 14 reps on the bench press, so not bad. So we're looking at the Steelers having essentially 91 players at their OTAs because they took advantage of the loophole, the international exemption. They use it on outside linebacker Julius Welschoff. He's from Germany. So they use that loophole to add another player onto their roster. So they're like, hey, why not? Let's add another receiver. So that's how Lemonious Craig joined the team. I'm never going to get tired of that name. I hope he makes a team so we can continue with the Key and Peele Gabs. So we're looking at if he doesn't make the team, though. A little more on number 14. I don't know if you remember, but DK Metcalf, he would probably take the number for the season because Metcalf is currently wearing the number 4. He's locked in the number. The NFL can start selling Metcalf jerseys, but if he pays out the jerseys and he decides to switch to number 14, he can do so before week 1. So if you were going to buy a DJ Metcalf jersey, maybe hold off. He wore the number 14 when he was a Seattle Seahawk. So through training camp, he's got to try to earn himself that number 14 number if you're Lemonious Craig. Otherwise, I think it's going to bounce back to DK Metcalf. So maybe that's another troll on George Pickens that they allow him to have that number as well. Either or, we're going to have a new number 14 for your Pittsburgh Steelers. So we're looking at reports all this time, right? Since the trade, there's been an apparent rift between Pickens and Steelers staff, along with some of the veterans in the locker room, and I guess not wanting to deal with it any longer. It's been a lot of nonsense. The juice was no longer worth the squeeze. I couldn't see Pittsburgh paying him big money and taking the risk. They traded him away. And then what happened after the trade? Internet trolls all over kind of capitalized on this. It paved the way for them to do so. And a lot of sites, a lot of Instagram posts were actually posing as Pickens and posting criticisms of his former team. Now, there are a lot of strong reactions, a lot of stuff out there, a lot of anti-George Pickens, this rift between him and the team. But he actually set the record straight. I'll give him this. He just posted on Instagram, my new and only Twitter. If don't come from here, it ain't real, so we can stop the bapping. Yeah, I don't sound cool saying that. I'm sure when George Pickens says it, it is cool. So with that out of the way, hopefully the focus can turn strictly to football. Pickens and Dallas, it seems like a nice pairing as far as what each side thinks. Dallas thinks it's a seamless fit. And Pickens actually was just interviewed by Todd Archer of ESPN, asking him what he thinks the Cowboys move will do for him. And this is what he said. Just taking one day at a time. I feel like everybody in the world is working on growing or they're bettering of their self. I feel like growing for me is taking a great direction in me coming to the Cowboys. No shortage of conversation about his behavior on and off the field with Pittsburgh. It's well documented. I don't have to go through it here. But yeah, he is Dallas's problem now. And the swap seems to have made Pickens happy. I mean, he talked to John Machada of The Athletic. He described feeling positively about the move, specifically in playing with Dak. I feel great. I like the mojo here. I like the swag. I feel like they have a great thing going for sure. I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful to play with Dak. Now, a lot of people were trying to twist it that was kind of him talking bad about Pittsburgh in comparison. I don't really see that. I think he's just saying the right things for his new team so we can kind of squash this, right? But still, nothing happens by mistake. I think Pittsburgh, that was absolutely a troll. And Tomlin's malcontent with the 24-year-old was made well before the trade. Make no mistake about it, Tomlin, he's gone out of the way in the past to defend Pickens, and he was really the one that decided that this rehab project needed to end a year early. So now, whether Pickens and the Cowboys are a match made in heaven, that remains to be seen. I don't really care at this point. One thing is clear. Pickens and the Steelers are happy to be rid of each other. Another thing is clear. We have a Key and Peele character taking over the number 14, and if he doesn't make the team, George Pickens is certainly going to take number 14. Completely turn the page for your franchise that you know and love. And you guys let me know in the comments what you think of this, if you think it's an intentional troll. Also, like and subscribe if you haven't already. This is a young channel, and I'm here to provide an outsider's view on your Pittsburgh Steelers. This isn't a fan's view. This is a pure news outsider's view, and sometimes that's really helpful. So talk to you guys soon. Continue to like and subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow.